conversation. I have a lot to say. We're talking about Love is Blind tonight, okay? If you know, you know. This season, not just this season, but the show in general is crazy. Like, this season so far is not it though. Maybe it's just me. But it's not really doing it for me. I just don't understand how we have episode 1 through 6